Hey yo YouTube, what's going on you slithering snakes? It's your boy I go by Andrew here, back again for another video. I'm thinking I'm going to start off my intro with a little play on words with animals because I love animals and I love alliteration, so why not? And also my favorite animal is a snake, so that was a good coincidence. But I'm coming at you with another video. I'm talking about the patch notes for the patch that Sledgehammer released for January 18th, 2018. In the background, I have a little sniper gameplay on Gustav Cannon. Don't hate on me too hard because I'm an awful sniper. I just dropped a good amount of kills and got some pretty good feeds in there. So if you like the video, if you like what you listen to, please leave a like and subscribe and enjoy my voice. So to start off, they released another patch, which I think it's good that they're coming out with patches. I just wish they would fix this stuff in the first place and not make a need for all these patches, but you know, that's just what every game's developers are going to do. We're going to start off with the weapon tuning adjustments, and so the first weapon to get buff is thankfully the FG42. Now, the first time they nerfed it, which I totally did not agree with, they literally killed the fire rate and made it unusable for casual and pro players, which I love the FG42, and then I just stopped using it after that. So thankfully they gave it a slight fire rate buff, and they gave it a recoil buff, so you'll have less recoil. And I totally agree with this. It literally shot so slow that it was ridiculous. And I'm thankful. They just need to, I don't know, they need to not nerf it so hard in the first place. Like, just because the competitive community is raging about it doesn't mean they need to destroy the gun. Like, I'm going to talk about this later in the video when we get to that other gun that received a huge nerf, but honestly, I wish they wouldn't do that. Like, either make the community patches and casual, or the competitive patches and the casual patches different, or just not destroy the gun and make it unusable the first time. So yeah, thankfully the FG42 is usable again. I'm gonna be using that in some gameplays. I love that gun. And next up we have the grease gun. So the grease gun received a recoil adjustment to give the player more control, which I totally agree with. I used it to get diamond, and really it was awful. It was so bad. One, the grease gun already shoots so slow, it's absolutely insane, and it takes like five shots to kill mid-range, which totally don't agree with even for an SMG. But when you give it such like shitty recoil and already a slow fire rate, that just makes the gun just totally unusable, and you literally get melted by PPSH, a WAF, a Thompson, or even a Type 100 every single time. And the grease gun was just disgusting to use, and thankfully it's a little more viable. I don't know if I'll be using it. I do enjoy the candy version. I think it looks cool with diamond. But anyway, I'm gonna save the biggest gun that got nerfed for last, that everyone's probably already heard about. But next up, the Lee Enfield. It received an ADS transition time buff, so you can zoom in faster. And I mean, I agree with this. I didn't really use it that much after I got it gold, because what's the point of using a gun that gets hit markers to the waist and below if you can just use the Car 98 to get one shots to the waist and above? So yeah, really, Lee Enfield is kind of irrelevant. Maybe this will make it more irrelevant. I don't know, especially with the other weapon that I'm going to talk about later getting nerfed. But we'll have to see from there. And then next up, my favorite nerf that they have done. So they gave the combat shotgun a max damage nerf. And I'm so thankful for this, because the combat shotgun is literally a pain in the ass to deal with. I hate incendiary shells to start off with, and then people literally just put them on there and camp in corners and literally melt you from medium range with a shotgun. And no, shotguns should literally only be used up close. They shouldn't be used. I hate shotguns. Shotguns are so annoying. But yeah, they'll just literally just one shot you, and then you add the fire on there and you just burn to death, and it's awful. It's so annoying to deal with, and every single time, especially on point to hook, you literally just, the full enemy team will be using 6 combat shotguns, all with fire shells, and it's impossible to do anything on that map except get destroyed. So thankfully they did this. I really hope it helps the community not use the shotguns as much, so I don't have to deal with them. But We'll have to see from there. I don't know how much it got nerfed. But next up, we have a buff in the shotgun category, the sawed-off. We got a mid and max range buff, and then a buff to the number of pellets to kill. So it took away the pellets, a lot of pellets that you needed, and then a reload time buff, which, yeah, that's already needed. I'll talk about each one of those, and then a hip spread nerf. So the maximum damage range buff is what we're gonna start off with. That was definitely needed. This is a 2-shot shotgun. Only has 2 shells in it, and you can literally get hit marker point blank range. It is ridiculous. Like, why would you even include a sawed off if you're just gonna get hit markers up close? There's no reason to. You get a hit marker with 1 bullet, and if you miss the other, you're screwed. You're already dead. And so the buff to the number of pellets to kill, that's just making it faster. It just means you don't have to hit as many many pellets in a shotgun shot, which that's just gonna help the close range, help you not get as many hit markers close range was, thankfully. And then a reload time buff. This is huge also because, like I said, if you miss both your bullets, you're pretty much screwed. So thankfully they sped this up. I mean, it literally took a full second to reload 2 shots into a shotgun before. So hopefully they helped this out a lot. I don't know what the percentage is. I don't know how fast it is compared to the old. But yeah, maybe the sawed off will be viable now. I hate shotguns in general, so I'm not gonna use it. But I'm just hoping for the less of combat shotguns to run around in pubs. And then, so lastly, for the weapon tuning adjustments, we come to the biggest one of all, which would be the Kar 98. Now, this brings up the debate of definitely the casual versus competitive. In casual, no one is complaining about the Kar 98 zooming in fast. Literally everybody I see on YouTube is just like, please don't nerf it. There's no need. Kar 98 needs to be a good sniper. I mean, it's fun to use. It zooms in fast. Who doesn't love a good sniper that zooms in fast? But then competitive, it's just like, I love competitive too, don't get me wrong. I love watching the events. I agree. I love the players. But in competitive, they just complain about it, and whatever they complain about it just gets fixed automatically. And it's really annoying. Like, again, for example, the FG42, they complained about it, and the FG42 got nerfed the shit out of. So they just buffed it. So it's like the 3rd time the FG42 has been messed with. The bar has been messed with 3 times because of competitive. The SCG is probably gonna get messed with in the near future. And now the Kar 98, one sniper that I really enjoy using, as you can tell in the background, even though I'm awful with it. And it's like you can't just enjoy the weapons for what they are. There always has to be an adjustment to it, and everyone's always complaining about it. And I understand that, yeah, it might zoom in fast, but there's really no need to just kill it. And that's what Sledgehammer does. Every time every time a pro player complains about it in the pro community, they just kill it. They don't even slightly adjust it. They just ruin it. And, I mean, that's been happening for years, don't get me wrong. Like, the DSR in Black Ops 2. I mean, I can go on and on. The AN-94 in Black Ops 2. It's unbelievable. And I don't know. Again, I love competitive, so I'm kind of torn between both sides here. Yeah, competitive. It's more challenging, and you can't have 2 good things, but you can't have 2 good of guns to run around with. But I feel like competitive is just totally different gaming atmosphere than pubs. And in pubs, the Kar 98 definitely did not need to get nerfed. There was absolutely no reason to. It was a fun gun to use. It was my favorite sniper to use. It was definitely fun, and I don't agree with that at all. So that's where I'm at with the Kar 98, and that's where I'm at with competitive versus pubs. When it comes down here to maps, this is again a competitive. Even though I really do agree with these. So excuse me, they moved the CTF flag positions back on London Docks, which definitely agree with. When at least watching competitive, these teams can literally just run down the middle of London Docks and just capture in 5 seconds, not even. And with the respawn timer at 7.5 seconds, there's no chance to even stopping them. And yeah, I definitely do agree with this. I mean, I don't play a lot of competitive pubs because now that the spawn trapping got exposed, every single tryhard in the world plays it. But yeah, when I definitely watch it, I definitely agree with that. And the last thing that we have on the list is they moved the defensive start spawn on S&D on Saint Marie du Mont. They moved the defensive start spawns back, or they moved it forward. And this was because it was literally whoever just got there first and chunked nades won the round at B. And half the time defense spawned so far back that they couldn't even make it there in time to prevent the bomb plant. And with hunkered and armored, there's no way to win those rounds when you're on defense. And I totally agree with it. In public match it plays a little different, but definitely the same basis. And so, yep, that's all we have for the weapon tuning and the maps and the whole patch in general. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed. If you don't mind, please leave a like, leave a subscription, and I'll see you next video. Peace.